Hello and welcome to Diamond Lane Design's first video recording of my card making. I hope you enjoy. Today we're going to make a box card. I'm making some interactive cards today for cards for campfire kids, the kids who went through the fires in Paradise. There's a lady who's collecting some cards and she wants them to be interactive, so I thought I'd make some. We're going to make a box card using Lawn Fawn scallop box die. In here you'll cut two of the main box card die that comes in the set, two of those, and here I'm folding them over using the bone folder to crease them. You can see there's the two right there. And then then you're going to die cut out three of the inside pieces that use to hold all of the pieces that'll pop out or stand up. And then I'm showing some Lawn Fawn paper that I'm going to use on the outside of the box and on the flaps. The die set comes with dies to create coordinating pieces that you can glue to the front or the back or the inside flaps of the box. You can see that there's 4 pieces there that I'm using that I'm going to cut through with my Cuttlebug. And once I cut those out, then I'm going to take the main box pieces and I'm going to position where my coordinating pieces go. There I had the one for the inside flap, and I want the outside flaps. Now, one thing to note, you want to glue the coordinating pieces to the front and back, and then glue the 2 pieces of the box together. But make sure before you glue those pieces to the outside that the 2 little flaps, see that flap on the right-hand side of the box? Make sure that before gluing that piece that the glue flaps are on opposite sides of the box when assembled. And in my assembly here, I accidentally glued the coordinating pieces on the wrong side of the box, so I had to pull them off and recut out a piece again. I won't show it in here, but just know that that happened behind the scenes, and now I'm putting together more of those coordinating pieces. I think this is after I had cut out the wrong, or had glued them on the wrong side. So I'm gluing them down here, and then the next step will be to glue the pieces of the box together. Yeah, so there's that second piece. And we're putting the box together. You put just a little bit of glue. I use art glitter glue. I like it. It dries really fast. And once you put it on there, you have just a little bit of time to position it where you want it, and then you don't need very much glue at all. I love that you don't need that much glue when putting these all together. So now the box is assembled, and now it's time to put those inner flaps, those little die cut inside pieces. I'm checking there. I've got one of the coordinating pieces there for the front of the box. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to have coordinating pieces on all the sides of the box or just that front, and I ended up just deciding that I wanted the front there. So now I'm taking those inside pieces and I'm folding them, I'm creasing them. You can crease them with your bone folder. I decided not to. I figured it didn't need it that much. It's going to get pulled and pushed here in a second inside that box. So I'm taking a little bit of art glitter glue and I'm gluing it onto one side, the one flap on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to glue the other flap. And I decided just 3. You can put as many as you want in there. You could put 2. You could only put 1. I decided 3 because I wanted to have 3 tiers of things going on. I glue them down, and then I'm going to position the box. I should have waited a little bit longer in doing this one because I think I had to position it like 2 or 3 times once I glued it down because I didn't wait long enough for the glue to dry. So with art glitter glue, you don't have to wait that long for it to dry, which is a nice thing. But I'll position them and I'll kind of shift the box around to make sure that it has enough that I can lay it flat. Because the nice thing about this card is once you can put it in an A2 size envelope and everything should fit as long as the inside decorations don't exceed those flaps. It should fit in an A2 size card just fine here. So you'll see I'm still gluing down those pieces, trying to get all 3 of those pieces in there. It really doesn't take that long. But this is my first box card. I hadn't made one before, and so I was testing out some things, seeing how they were working. For the stamp set, I use the BB Happy Hippo stamp set from My Favorite Things to create the scene on the inside of the box. I thought the hippos were super cute, and so I decided to use one of the hippos that's holding his hand in the air. I figured he could carry the balloons, and use all three of the birdies that are in the set, as well as the table of cupcakes, because who doesn't like cupcakes? So I stamped all of those in Altenew Jet Black ink using my Tim Holtz stamp platform. I think I stamped each of them about 3 times, maybe only twice. And then I'll position the balloons next to the hippo, so that way the hippo looks like he's holding a set of balloons. I just thought that this stamp set just is super happy, and hopefully the kids, whoever gets the card, will enjoy it, and maybe their counselor can give it to them when something good happens. Just thinking of everything that those kids have been through. So now on to the coloring part. I decided to color these characters in Spectrum Noir markers. I am in no means an alcohol markerist. I love watching people do it. I love watching Kelly Latavola color all of her cards. She's fantastic. And so I enjoy watching it, but it is not my forte. I actually prefer colored pencil, but I decided to step outside of my comfort zone and try some alcohol markers in this for this box card. So I decided to color the hippo gray. Shocker, I know. And I only have 2 gray markers, so I decided to actually, you'll see I'll color him in with my 2 alcohol markers, and then decided to add some colored pencil to it to give it some detail. After doing it, I don't know that I would do that again. It can work in some regards. I've done it before where I've used both alcohol markers and colored pencils, but for this guy, I had some missteps along the way. I accidentally, one of my colored pencil strokes right along his mouth turned out a little funny, and I had to use a colorless blender, but I thought, why not give it a shot and see? So while I'm coloring here, I'm going to spend a little time talking to you about the Cards for Campfire Kids. I think it's such a great cause. I live in Oregon, and so I've seen a sister state down below me just be ravaged with forest fires this past summer, and I actually travel into California frequently for my job, so it kind of hit home to me with all of the fires going on, and all the people's lives impacted, and hearing the stories about people getting out of paradise were just sad to see. And so when I had heard about the Cards for Campfire Kids, I thought, what a great cause. So one of the things that I'm doing is actually I'm making all of these cards as kind of prototypes, so that my work, the department that I work in is actually deals with employees in California, and so we're going to make a bunch of cards for these kids and hopefully be able to give them a little bit of joy. I know that one of the things that the sponsor in putting this together had said was that she had thought about these kids going through this fire here in November, and then they're going to go through the holidays, and all the hubbub of dealing with Thanksgiving and then Christmas, or and any other holidays and New Year's, that they're just going to be going and having to deal with the loss of their home and all of their toys and everything, that in January and February the reality of everything being lost is finally going to hit them. They see it now, but the reality of I don't have my toys that I had, or I'm not going to the same school that I was before, that it's going to settle in, and the daily life, what's now becoming their daily life, is really going to sink in with them, and there might be some frustration and hurt. Not might, there will be frustration and hurt that's going to set in, and so she wanted a way to be able to give these kids just some joy. And so she sent out a call to different card makers asking to send her all the cards that they make, and she wanted them to be interactive cards. Because interactive cards, you mostly I think of giving to kids because they find it fun, pull something or shake something or pop something out. And so she wanted interactive cards if possible so that the counselors and the teachers can give kids cards when they need them, something just to brighten their day. And I thought, what a great cause. I just thought that it was a fantastic use of card making skills to be able to help these kids who are going to be hurting or who are hurting right now in their new school that they might be going to in their new life, but just a way to help the community and give back to them. So as you can see, I kind of picked colors for the balloons based upon the plaid that I'm putting on the outside of the card. It has greens and yellows and pinks. They're just kind of fun colors. And so I thought that those coordinating colors in the balloons, I'm using the same colors, the same yellow that I used on the balloons I'm using on the birds. Nothing really special about coloring in these birds. I just did one color just because the other yellow colors that I have kind of tend to lean towards the green side. So I just thought that these look like little spring chickens. And then I used those same 3 colors again for the cupcakes. I used a hot pink table I thought was fun, and then a lighter pink for the bottom layer of cupcakes, and then I think yellow for the middle layer of cupcakes and green for the top. And then to make it kind of look like it's a aluminum or steel bottom, I used the darkest gray that I have, and then each of the cupcake holders for each of the cupcakes are done in a light gray. I would say one of the things that I found while I was coloring is that my ink bleeds. It doesn't matter what ink I use, it bleeds. And so I wish I could find I need to buy another ink that stays just a little bit better on this. But I think these turned out really cute. I like the colors. I think they look springy and fun. So I cut all of those out on my scan and cut, all those little pieces that I had colored. Now I'm trying to figure out where I want to position them. Do I want the hippo in the back, which I finally end up deciding that I want him on that third set back, because I thought it would look like he's floating up with his balloons there. So I took a little art glitter glue and placed him in there. I tried to make sure it closed up the box card so that way I can make sure the balloons aren't sticking out. They actually are sticking out just a little bit, but I think they'll be fine. And then I positioned that cake stand, cake table on the middle rung there. I thought that would be cute, kind of offsides from the hippo. And then I was trying to place all these birdies. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to put all of them on the front or if I wanted to put one somewhere else. I ended up putting two of them on the front rung there, and then I stuck one little one up on the top cupcake because I thought he looked like he was dancing and was having a little fun. So kind of staging out a party scene there, since the front panel is going to say hip hippo hooray. But as you can see, I'm trying to decide, do I want him up top? Do I want him down the bottom? I just thought at the top was fun and cute, and he just stuck on there with the art glitter glue, and just positioning him a little more. You see the little hand in there? That's my son. He decided he wanted to help Mama. Anytime I pull out the scan and cut, I let him once do the scan and cut, and he thinks it's fun. So anytime I turn it on, he's like, I help. So here I decided, after putting all those on there, that I just wanted to put a little banner. I had cut out the little banner in the die set. It comes with little banner pieces that you can cut out, and I thought that they would be really cute to create this little hanging banner in the back of the card that would spell out yay. So I'm going to use Stamp Set May's banner set I believe is what it's called. I'm gonna have to go check and see what it's called, and it has these little letters that you can individually choose, so I thought it would work really well. They fit perfectly on those cutouts. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together, you can see the start of the banner hanger. I don't know what you call that exactly, but this is the set that I used, and then I just used the Y and the A, and I had cut out 3 of the banners from the die set, from the Lawn Fawn die set, and I just put Y-A-Y. Actually, on one of them, I didn't like the way the Y stamped out to begin with, so I re-stamped it on the other side. I figured they wouldn't see the back side of it very well, so was able to use that without having to cut out another piece. But I just stamped the Y, A, and the Y with Versamark or VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and then took some art glitter glue, and basically what you do is you stamp on the one side and then you swing it around that rope there, I guess you would call it, and I just positioned them so that the Y and the A and the Y were fairly well centered. And so there you can see I'm gluing them on, and then I will glue the posts to the back of the card with just a little bit. You don't need that much art glitter glue, I'll tell you. So I glued those on, and then I took that front piece with the plaid and took the Hippo Hooray, stamped that in, I think that's the Ultinew jet black ink. Yep, it is. And stamped that sentiment right there onto the middle of that plaid. I thought the plaid would just pop out because you're using it on the front and you haven't put it on the inside anywhere except for those little banner dies. And then took some art glitter glue and glued that onto the front panel there. And you can see, I think after that, then I just decide to admire my handiwork for a few seconds and show you how the card opens and closes. Oh, no, that's right. I did put Wink Estella on there. And, well, actually, no, it's the Nouveau glitter. And I put them on the cupcake, the tops of the cupcakes, and then I decided to put them on the balloons, and I got a little heavy-handed. I kept squeezing it, and nothing came out, and nothing came out, and then all of a sudden, everything came out of it. So I just used what I had and spread it around. You normally can't see the glitter pen on camera, but definitely with how much came out there, you can see it. So I decided to spread it around. It does look really cute, and you definitely can't miss those balloons anywhere. So then the box card is done. I decide to fold it up and make sure that it all fits just well, and then pop it on out a couple of times. And I think it turned out really cute. It's going to be fun to send these off to the kids. I hope the kids enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me putting together this card. I hope you come back next time. Thanks.